Very briefly this morning, we'll be looking at customer attraction and retention. Customer attraction and retention. Please take a look at the slide. There's something I want us to observe. That's a triangle, and if you look at it, there are four. Actually, the real triangle is just three segments. You have the value, the trust, and loyalty. But before the triangle, there is a rectangle, which is the market. So everything we are going to be talking about today is based on this diagram. All right? Okay. Let's look at the first aspect of the diagram, which is the market. With the touch of a button, your phone, you can get anything. Any product, any service delivered to your doorstep. Is that correct? Is that correct? Yeah, even food. Is that also correct? Back then, people don't do food delivery because, now, stomach and all that. But right now, right here, now, I can ask for food to be delivered to me here, now. And in 30 minutes, the food will be delivered here. So, if you are in business and you don't understand the complexities of the current market space, you struggle. Because the customer is the defining factor of every business. But we are going to see a twist to that statement as we progress. Keeping a customer is expensive. Keeping a customer is expensive, but losing a customer is very expensive. As a matter of fact, losing a customer is more expensive than keeping a customer. Let me buttress this point with a story that happened a few years ago. I was traveling to Benin, where our former church, was at NRA Junction. There's a park, a motor park called Faith Motors. How many of us remember Faith Motors? That morning, I was in the park. I was actually seated in the bus. And something happened. The manager of the company had an argument with a passenger inside the bus. And the guy came out. Long story cut short, after the altercation, they exchanged blow. Physical fight. I was there. To be honest, we already paid. I collected my money. Every other person collected their money. That is the end of Faith Motors till today. I was there. Now, can you see that, losing a customer is more expensive? Now, it is, okay, now, if the issue was, I don't like this space I'm seated, right? You are going to inconvenience other passengers. Is that correct? Is it not better to say, okay, can I talk to another passenger, or can you wait and enter the next bus? Which is better than crumbling the company? Who is a customer? Who is a customer? If you Google this, you see several definitions, correct? However, I want you to realize that a customer is anyone who has the ability to influence the purchase of a product or service. Anybody who has the ability to influence, directly or indirectly, influence the purchase of a product or service. He may not be using the product or service. Parents, for instance, they don't go to the school. Their children go to the school. Are they customers? Yes, they are. If my wife uses a particular salon and I go there to pick her up, am I a customer? Yes, I am. Am I the one doing my hair? No, I am not. But am I a customer? Yes, I am. Because the day you talk to my wife rudely, or maybe you talk to me rudely, that is the end of the day. My wife goes to your shop. Is that correct? Now, can you see that it is not somebody that has just direct, influence? Direct or indirect to influence purchase of a product or service. That's who a customer is. Mind you, there are several reasons why businesses lose customers, but there are four basic ones. Just four basic ones. Number one, too much price. That's when the price is not conducive. You can call it hiking price, whatever, or unfavorable price, but the factor there is price. Number two, low quality product or service. Number three, inconvenience. How do I get it to me? What is the ease at which I can get the product? And number four, poor customer service. Now, if you check the four, two stand out. Number one, poor customer service and low quality product or service. Why? It affects the foundation of the customer. Reason: I can buy a shirt for 20,000 naira. I will not bother. If you shit me, but getting that shirt is quality. Is that correct? Yes. But if I buy a shirt for 15,000 naira and it's not quality, you have lost me. So price is not really. Now, please don't get me wrong. Price is a factor why customers leave a business. Correct. But the two that stand out, because the same food you buy for 2,500 naira, people buy that same food for 25,000 naira. Is that not true? So price is not really a core determining factor. Let's move up the ladder and look at the last on the triangle. Value. Value has been talked about here several times. So I'm not going to waste my time on that. But remember that value is anything that adds to the expectation of a customer, that meets the needs of a customer. Anything. 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 What did I say? Anything. Anything. I have gone to a barbing salon to cut my hair because of light, to power my phone. Strange? Yes, strange. Because my barber, the moment they introduced this rechargeable clipper, it does not turn on the gen again. And then I used to power my phone. Does light have to do with the hair they cut? No. Now, can you see that there is a twist to how we see value? So value is anything that you give to a customer that meets his or her expectation in the marketplace, that meets his or her need in the marketplace. Anything. You are going to a fast food to eat. Is it not food that took you there? But there's free Wi-Fi. So instead of me to go to Camp A, why don't I go to Camp B that there's free Wi-Fi? Even though I'm not a proponent of that, because your data can be hacked. But free Wi-Fi. Can you see? In other words, customer expectation is the true definition of value. Not you. That is the business owner. It is customer expectation that defines the true definition of value. Yes. Notice something. There's customer expectation by the right. Now let's move to credibility, which we are going to look at now. Trust. Trust. To attract customers, the first thing you need to know is to define who your customers are. We've already defined who a customer is, that anyone who has direct or indirect influence to impact purchase of a product or service. Knowledge of your customer is actually the first step to customer retention. You must know them. You must know your customers. That's how you can meet their needs in the marketplace. Because to win trust, you must embrace credibility. And credibility combines knowledge and skill on one side and consistency on the other side. I have a tailor. In short, I have two tailors. Two. If I want to sew a eyebrow material, I give it to one of them. Mr. Solomon, we know him. He's a member of this church. He's the one that sews my good. But if I want to do something very quick, now, and cheap too, I give it to the other guy. Because after he finishes, my wife will have to do some adjustments. You understand? But if Solomon finished sewing my native or my shirt, is fitted. I have never asked him to sew a style for me. I give him the material, he looks at it and says, okay. It is this style that will go with this material. Know your customer. Know your customer. So whenever I want to build something serious, Mr. Solomon. No, very simple. Know your customer. Let me share a story with us that I think I've shared here before. In the city of Warri, there is this musical shop. There's hardly any big church, any big organization that has to do with music that did not purchase musical equipment from that guy. My friend worked with him. Very good. As a matter of fact, the guy travels abroad. He goes for music workshops. When they want to release new equipment, they invite him. Oh, yes. They invite him. He go there. There is no big church in this town that did not patronize that guy. Where was the mistake? He forgot that business is customer effectiveness. He started charging more for low-quality musical equipment. My friend called his attention to it. Bros, no. Even when you are charging exorbitantly, they pay. So why increase the price and reduce the value? I was in his shop 3 weeks ago. He did sleep. You can't pass. You'll be doing like this to pass because there's no space. I was at his shop 3 weeks ago. He was sleeping. Why? Know your customer. Know your customer. I worked with a guy before. I was his manager, Oppenheimer Resources. And when it comes to purchase of laptops, you say, I beg, give it to Fregene. I'll just call one guy in Plaza. Brand new laptop, HP, so-and-so RAM, so-and-so HD. What is the cost? He will tell me. I say, boss, this is the amount. They say, no, it's too expensive. Some of the staff, it's too. He said, look. I have been buying laptop through this man. I have never had any complaint. Oh, the guy used to give me, what do you call it, commission. Oh, yes, I will be honest. He gives me commission. Do you understand? But he said, instead of me to spend small money and buy the same product 2-3 times, I'd rather spend big and buy it just once. That's my policy. Let's look at the last, which is loyalty. You cannot retain customers without power. Write it down. You cannot retain customers without power. Yes. You've heard of the cliche, the customer is king, right? Is that true? Is the customer king? Yes. Correct. Now, if you want to stay in business and be the leader of the business, you have to be the king of the king, which is you have to be the king of the customer. And to do that, you need what? Power. Yes. You have to be the king of the king. The customer is the king, correct? But to stay in business, you have to be the king of the customer. Who is king? Simply put, power is exceptional value you put into your product or service. Exceptional value. Exceptional value. I can eat banga soup anywhere. But the way you make me feel, Pastor Alex, I don't like the way you are smiling, sir. The way you make me feel in the process of eating the banga soup, that's what matters. Not the food itself. It's me. It's my money. It's my money. See, if you have a customer that complains, take that customer seriously. Because in the process of feedback, or rather their complaints, you can get avenue through which you can make adjustments and corrections. Oh, yes. Once you get this power, it means you are in control of the customer. Invariably in control of the business or the market. There are two forms of loyalty. The first is transactional loyalty. The second is emotional loyalty. Transactional loyalty talks about price and convenience. Hope you remember what we said initially. Transactional loyalty, the determining factor is price. While emotional loyalty, talks about emotional connection and trust. Please, take advantage of both of them. Use both of them to your advantage. But the key is emotional loyalty, where customers can stand up to you and say, you cannot convince me otherwise. I trust the product, I trust the service of Mr. A or Mr. B. See, business has gone beyond selling products or services. It's now friendship. It's not friendship. Yeah, friendship. Forget this attitude of I don't know how to smile. It will crumble your business. Learn it. If you can just open your teeth in 24 hours, you'll be used to it. Yes. That's your disposition. Will either attract or repel customers. You want to retain them, you must first attract them. Why will I come to your business place and you are frowning? Pardon my use of words. Am I the cause of your problem? No, I am not. I'm actually your solution because I'm coming to buy from you so that you can have money to solve your problem. Is that not correct? Now. So why are you carrying the problem of the world on your head? I have a problem. That's why I came to you. Solve my problem to solve your problem. Because that money that you are taking from me will solve your problem. Oh, yes. See, be friends. Be friendly. Be lovable. Be likable. Let me close with this story. Domino's Pizza in America. There's a client that buys pizza every week, every other week. For about 3 weeks or thereabout, he didn't make a purchase. And one of the staff said, I have not received order from this man for about 3-4 weeks, and that's strange. And she reported to the manager. The manager said, oh, yeah. Do you know his address? They check his order profile because they go deliver the pizza to him. Immediately they sent staff, about 2 or 3 of them, to go to the man's house. Please Google this story I'm sharing with you. When they got there, they knocked, no response. They called on neighbors. Long story cut short, they break the door and saw the guy lying lifeless on the floor. They called medic, America now, 911, and they came. The guy is alive. Courtesy of customer relationship. Build friendship. Build friendship. Build friendship. How can somebody come to your business place twice? You don't have his phone number. No, now. No. Remove the business from yourself to the customer. That way, you can be able to see how they think, how they feel, to serve them better. Ladies and gentlemen, if the product you sell, the service you render, is equal to customer expectation, please note that word, equal to customer expectation, it means the power still lies in the hands of the customer. But if the product or service you render exceeds customer expectation, it means the power is in your hands. In that way, you define the price of the product or service. I'll stop here. Let's have questions and contributions. Questions, comments, contributions. We are looking at customer attraction and retention. Customer attraction and retention. Question? Yes. Brother Vereri.
Thank you, sir, for this teaching.
I'm humbled, sir.
I want to talk about customer retention. It's easy to gather, but it's more difficult to keep. Most times a lot of people focus on the new ones and forget about the old ones. Now, one mistake I've seen people make is that they get too familiar with a customer, and they now treat the customer sometimes like their younger brother. That's a very big mistake. Whether you are far, far older than the person, that person is your customer. Why am I saying this? I had a barber that used to barb my hair. So I'll go and look for him every time. I will call him. He now came one day and told me, why am I disturbing him because of the change that I want to give to him? He said he was barbing somebody's hair at home that used to pay him good money. Because of my change, I'm disturbing him. So I laughed. I didn't say anything. I continued barbing from him. Until one day, I went to his shop, he was not there. And I said, this guy is always greeting me. Like, he's always smiling. Let me just check if he can barb my hair. That's how I entered that shop. And I never went back. That guy now saw me. He said, I've abandoned him. I said, no, I'm very busy. Oh, sorry, I don't have time. I never told him the reason why I left. Because sometimes, don't get too familiar with that customer. Even if the person is like a friend to you, still treat the person as a customer. Because when you lose that kind of person, they might never come back. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My twin sister used to sing one song. Make new friends, but keep thy old. One is silver and the other is gold. Don't be too familiar with your customer. Pastor Gogo, sir. Then I'll come to you, Mr. Tochukwu.
Now that's very key because most customers that leave businesses, they don't express the reasons why they leave the businesses to the owners of those businesses. 90% of them will just go quietly. So it's a risky thing to not treat your customers right. My contribution is in retaining your customers. The truth is that in dealing with customers, there are going to be conflict sometimes, disagreement sometimes. But the attitude with which you respond to the situation is very, very important. You need to learn emotional intelligence. You need to learn how to be an actor. You may be right, but act the part. You need to learn empathy. If a customer is dissatisfied, you must do all within your power to ensure that you win the heart of that customer back. First of all, forget about investigating what the cause of the problem is, because the day you start losing customers, that's the day you're going to be out of business. And then
the rest is history. The day you start losing customers. Yes, Mr. Tochu. This way.
Thank you very much, sir. One of the challenges we have in this part of the country is pride. If you are to own a business, you need to throw pride away. Uh, the line of business I was many years back, I had many in-laws because the women, as they come, my in-law, in order to win their hearts.
Yeah.
My in-law, even up to today, we are still in-laws. Praise God. Then another one, yesterday, I'm into car rentals. Yesterday, I carried somebody. Somebody had one of our vehicles. He's a small boy I knew years back while I was working with him, and he said, bros, this one, when you carry me, when you know, they send you many messages. I said, no, this is business. I have to attend to you like, even if you are the king, I have to attend to you like a king. Even if I know you many years back and you still respect me, I have to treat you like a customer. So we have to throw pride away if you must succeed or if you must retain your customers.
Thank you very much. Remove pride from your business enterprise. Yes, Pastor Alex, please.
Just to add that, if you want to retain customers, you need to reward loyal customers. And you know, reward is not about giving them money. For example, somebody who keeps coming to your business and you heard that the daughter is doing a wedding, you can sacrifice and be there. That's rewarding loyalty. Or you understand that the person is doing a birthday and you send a text. And you know, there's something that we ignore so much. Somebody who keeps coming to your shop and over time you've not been seeing the person, make a kukuma go. No. Call the person. How are you doing? It's very possible that the person has a challenge. That one call can make the person stay loyal. So let's think about the way we can build loyalty by retention strategy. And there are simple things. I have a barber who used to barb my hair before I started barbing myself. You know, because I just barb my head. I don't need any style now. So, one of the Christmas, the guy gave me an handkerchief. I was just selling handkerchief then, just about 30 naira. But that thing makes a whole lot of impact. So, I leave my house far away in Masoji to PTI to go and barb. So, depending on what you do, think about a way where you can engage your customers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Onospi. Engage your customers.
Okay, to me, I feel some customers, if you're into business, you should know that some customers are toxic. Then learn how to handle toxic customers. Before now, I'm just kind of person that if you start talking to me anyhow, I will just change it for you. To me, I was having kind of mindset that I'm not sending anybody. You understand? But I learned it over time. No matter what the customer is saying to me, I will never say an angry word. I will never react to them angrily. I will just be acting like one kind of person that is very milk and everything. And I think it's a way of retaining customers. Just when you meet the toxic customers, learn how to handle them. Don't overreact. Don't change it from them when they are changing it for you. Amen.
Yeah. Manage customers. Yes, let's give to Engineer Noel.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for this wonderful topic. Mine is a question because I know that you cannot please everybody, whether you like it or not. There are some very difficult customers. I was doing a project some time ago, and the guy happens to be in Canada. The wife is here. And somehow along the line, if I write an estimate, the wife will inflate it and want me to tell her husband to, exactly what she wrote is what is on board, which I know that is not right. It's profiteering. For instance, I say, I need 50 bags of cement to do XYZ act. The lady will say, write 80. The 30 belongs to me. And the project was getting so expensive for the man, discouraging the man. I was pitying the man. At some point, I sat the lady down, and before I knew it, I lost the job because I was not complying with what she wanted. In such cases, how do you handle it? Thank you.
Okay, Engineer Noel, next week, the faculty will answer this question. Yes, next week, because there's no time. Now, in conclusion, the customer is truly king. But to retain the customer, you have to exercise true power, and that makes you the king of the customer. Thank you very much.